To the show today here on Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy. I'm your best friend. I'm Uncle Bruce. What I do here uh, is it's a favor. What I do for you is out of the goodness of my heart, and I thank you all so much for joining me. What do? I try to explain to you in plain English what's happening in the stock market, and I try to guide you along your way. And we have a little bias here on this channel. We really I have investors or viewers here who have become option writers in the last 2 years, and it's a good thing that they've done that because they've made some nice money here, and they're going to make a very wonderful pile of money in 2024. I am completely convinced that no matter what the market does in 2024, goes up, goes down, doesn't do anything, the viewers of this channel who follow the option writing techniques we talk about are just going to make a killing. And some here already are doing incredibly well. They became option writers in 2021 after they saw all the shenanigans of GameStop and AMC and every other meme stock out there, and the markets in general. And then they saw the markets top out in November 2021. Interest rates kick in 2022. Inflation, all that, and yet they made money in all this time, and they couldn't believe how well they've done with what they had. Again, my job is to just try to explain to you in plain English, help guide you along this road. For those of you who are new, or just those of you who come by every once in a while, say hi to me, check me out. On Saturday, I managed, with the help of my daughter, to upload class number 17, the one that we did last week, Saturday, 9 days ago. Class 17 is now up on the website. It's now up on stockmarketswithbruce.ca. If you are interested in a lesson that talks to you about how to correct and how to solve and how to salvage and how to benefit from option writing trades that aren't going too well for you, this is the class for you. We cover a lot of topics in that class, and you may want to get yourself over there to check that class out. Class 17 is now available for your enjoyment and your discovery and your benefit. And we had a good number of regular viewers of this channel. A lot of the members of the channel were there. They just got their copy of the edited version on Saturday, and a number of people have heard the word that the class is available, and a few have already come through here to say, I've already seen the notification that people have picked up class 17 on the website. So the website is working. Here it is right here. Here's the headline here. Sorry, there it is right there. It's lesson 17, fixing option trades and adding cash with smart spreads. Don't let that title confuse you too much. At the end of the day, what all this means is, and of course, if you've taken the first 16 classes, you know what I'm talking about. What this means is that if you're into an iron condor that's not working out, or has caught you off guard, a stock or an index has risen too fast, too far, or stock has gone up too fast, there are ways to stay ahead of this market. There are ways to counteract it. There are ways to enhance credibility or credit. There are ways to fix a trade, shift stock premium, strike prices, and build a credit all at the same time into your account. It's all doable. Head over to the website, get yourself $150 US, and acquire it today. And it's just under 2 hours. It's an hour and 50 minutes, or 40 minutes. I can't remember. It's edited. And I've had a number of responses already say, "Oh, that class is really well done. The edit job was fantastic." Well, Emily does a great job for me. Thank you, Emily, as always. Thank you guys for being part of the show and the channel. If you haven't taken my classes, you're trying to make money in the market with one hand behind your back, tied behind your back. And you're going to get exactly the kind of return you deserve. Lousy. You're not going to do too well. You might get lucky and you might be smart enough. You have a few ideas and the option. Fair enough. It's all right. And you may find that you can get information on how options work through other means. Fair enough. But I find that on this channel, the consistent reaction is that people who take the courses, you'll find that most of those folks are here as members of this channel. Their title, their name is in green with an avatar beside it. They're members of the channel. They've taken all the classes. Most of them have been in every class live, or they've certainly watched them more than once. And they refer to them again and again and again because markets repeat themselves and roll over every time. And you have to refresh your memory on, what do I do if this happens? What if that happens? That's what these are all about. And it's a quick place to go to get a reference. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was talking about that in lesson 11. Ah, yes, I'm just going to watch that again. And away you go. Anyway, the folks who take the classes around here are the ones who really seem to do well. Folks like KA99 that step forward and say, Uncle Bruce, I'm a member of your channel. This is not only a member of my channel. KA99 is a brand new gold bagel member of the channel. This individual has stepped up to the highest level of membership that this channel offers. Gold level status, $25 a month is what KA is paying to be a gold bagel member. And for that, KA is going to get a daily trade tip of the day, pre-alert show, this show, Wednesday night primetime live. That's just over and above regular membership. That is 44 extra items for $15 more. You can become a member of this channel for $10 every month. Chilling with Uncle Bruce member lets you make comments over here during market trading hours. But if you become a Gold Bagel member, you get 44 additional items on top of the 22 you get anyway. And that's 67 or 68 thingies that I offer Gold Bagel members as a whole. I think it's a pretty good deal. By the way, today I have not yet done a trade tip of the day. I haven't released one yet. I'm going to release one after the show's over. And I've been kind of debating which one will it be. I want to see the opening of this market today. I really want to get a feel for where this market is headed and what it's up to, because there's a lot of speculation right now on the future of interest rates, the future of inflation, the future of the markets. Are they going to go a lot higher in January, or are we going to give up 5 or 10% in January because of all the gains we had in October, November, and December? After all, it's a new taxation year starting in 14 days. See how that goes. Now, just as I was coming on the air, I saw a headline come across that said that Adobe is going to terminate the purchase of Figma. They were trying to take a company called Figma over for $20 billion. Figma and Adobe have agreed to not try and do the deal. And the reasoning on this is that it's the same results. It's the same reasoning we're hearing again and again and again from many major, large, mega companies trying to buy other large companies. The regulators in Europe and the United States are saying, no freaking way are we letting you guys merge. And why is that? Because if the two of you become one, the competition in your business has just been shrunk dramatically. Prices will rise, consumers will get screwed. And we know it's good business for you guys. Absolutely. If you can take over Figma, you could probably add billions a year in profits to your bottom line. It's great. For business, it's great. At the end of the day, though, the Figma employees, half will be laid off and let go. They'll be out of jobs. And the competition against the former Figma competitors, but the now Adobe competitors, will get burned out. They will get destroyed by a bottomless pit of capital that Adobe has access to, and they'll just price them out of the business. Regulators are going, no. And I have to say, for the world's consumers, all consumers, there are times where the United States is the leader nixing these kinds of deals, saying no, this deal won't go. We're not going to allow it to happen. But I have to admit that the entity that is the tough nut to crack for these public companies to be able to do these deals is the European group of legislators. European countries are far more protective of their citizens than the United States is or Canada is. It's just a fact. It's nothing personal. Okay, I'm not mad or anything like that. It's just obvious that European competition bureaus are way tougher to convince than the American authorities. And so, in a way, the Europeans are protecting Americans against being gouged. Unfortunately, the European agencies that limit competition, they cannot stop American airlines from taking over each other. The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the Department of Justice in the United States and the competition bureaus of the United States have been weak-kneed and have allowed the large airliners to consolidate and eliminate competition left, right, and center. And many of you out there in the United States, and here in Canada, we know it too, the choices that are given to us to now fly from one spot to another spot in the US or in Canada are few and far between. They're far less than they ever were in the past. And so we used to relish, we as consumers, we used to love it. We would go on to Expedia.com or all these other websites to find the best airline deal. And the best airline deals were plenty. Those are evaporating very quickly. The reality is Americans can save a ton of money, so can Canadians, to travel the world, not domestically. And so what we're finding is we're not getting very many offers of super cheap deals within Canada and the USA. But what we are getting are super cheap deals from international airports from North America out to Asia, out to South America, over to Europe, and so on. And depending on the time of year, what day of the week you want to take and which airline, there are deals out there, like mega deals. And so that's a good thing. But in all, in the big thing, there are now 5 major airlines left in the United States. It used to be 12, 14. We're down to a handful of big airlines that are left, and the rest have been bought up by the very big 5 or 6 that are left. And so it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And of course, the survivors are saying, oh, this is good for business. Yeah, their business. This is better for consumers. No, it's not. Consumers are getting ripped off left, right, and center with every imaginable add-on fee that you can imagine. Again, I come back to the fact that flying domestically in Canada or in America has become incredibly expensive when you add it all up. That's what I'm talking about. There used to be you could get on a plane with a carry-on and you could check in a bag and pick your seat. All that's extra now. You pay for your seat. You have to pay for a seat after you buy a ticket on a plane? Really? You have to pay for a bag, unless it's Southwest Airlines. I think it's the only one left. You got to pay for your added fees on top of that. There are meals and snacks. Wi-Fi used to be free. Now you have to pay for it. On and on and on it goes. The added fee game is ridiculous. And we're down to 5 majors, and they call the shots. And so there you are. I said a moment ago that Adobe is going to terminate the takeover of Figma. Now what? All right. You folks out there who are sitting on iron condors on your Adobe, you had better take note of this. Watch out, because Adobe stock has gone up $12 a share in the pre-market to $596.58. We're up almost $12 a share to $596. And what could happen next? There's another shoe that may drop at any moment in time, sometime in the next couple of days. It's something called an ASR. We could get an ASR announcement out of Adobe, and you're looking at me going, wow, okay, I'm a Gold Bagel member, and I just watched Bruce's pre-alert show, and he told us about what an ASR is. And then the other bunch of you are here going, I'm not a Gold Bagel member. I'm never going to be a Gold Bagel member. I don't like this guy, but I listen to him. But I don't like him that much, and I'm going to be a Gold Bagel member. What the hell is an ASR? Well, let me tell you what it is, because I have to tell you all what an ASR is, so you're all aware of what's coming up. An ASR in the brokerage business is known as an accelerated share repurchase agreement. I call it a license to print money legally, and the SEC just looks the other way. It is one of the most beautiful things ever created by the investment business to enhance the well-being of the investment business. It is also the most wonderful thing to use if you are a senior person in a public company. If you're up there and you get stock options all the time, like I'm talking, like you're with a big company and you get 100,000 share stock options every year at a discount to the market. I mean, there are people out there who get stock options, something like you can buy the stock from the company once a year at 15% below the lowest price the stock traded at in the last year. How about that deal? How would you love to have that deal as your employment agreement? How would you like to be able to buy 1 million shares of a company's stock at 15% below the lowest price of the entire year? Now, think about it. Stocks trading at 50, 60 bucks a share, slips along to 40s and dips down into the 30s. And for 1 week, it trades at 26 bucks a share. And you can buy that stock, 1 million shares, for 15% below that from the company direct, which would be what, $4 a share less than that, roughly? 22 bucks a share. You would take to buy it. The ASR is your choice, your weapon of choice to make this work out. And if you know, you're fully aware that in the next 3-4 months from now, like 4 months from now, you have an earnings report coming up in like 60 days, then another earnings report 90 days after that, and you can affect the earnings per share by reducing the number of shares outstanding using an ASR. What effect will that have on the price of the stock? What effect will it have if you announce to the world the company is buying back billions of dollars of its own stock to cancel it? The stock buyback thing will move up the market. And you know, the stock's going to reach like 40 bucks a share by the time your option comes up. And you can buy this stuff at $22 a share for 1 million shares. All you got to do is come up with 22 million bucks to buy 1 million shares, and you can sell them at 40 bucks a share on the open market, $18 million. Now, boo-hoo, you got to pay tax on that because the IRS considers that income, not a capital gain, because you're an employee and this is a form of employment. You get your $1 million salary, but you're making 18 million more on this deal. So what? You pay. What do you give a crap? Give 40% to the United States government? Well, 32%, whatever the hell it is. Do you care? No, you don't care. You walk away with 13 million net on that one flip of stock. Oh, and you don't have 22 million lying around? It's okay. It's all right. Not a problem. You'll go to the investment advisors that the company has. As a matter of fact, the investment advisors will come to you and say, listen, we understand you have 1 million share option for 1 million shares. How about this? We, your brokerage, the brokerage firm for the company, investment banker, will front you the 22 million so that the day you get the stock is the day you sell the stock. In effect, we'll lend you $22 million for 5 minutes. No interest. We won't even charge you a dime. Just charge you a handling fee to do the trade for you. We also have tax advice to help you with your taxes. Don't worry. We'll help you file it with the SEC. No problem. There's 25 executives that have this deal, okay, or more, depending on how big these companies are. You think the broker is interested? Yeah, they're interested in a 25 million share transaction. Oh, yeah, they're interested. ASRs, Accelerated Stock Repurchase Agreement. What the hell is that, Bruce? You still haven't told me. I'm here sitting here listening to you. I'm listening to everything you say about plain English. You're not even telling me what the hell an ASR is. Oh, let me tell you. An ASR is where a public company and an investment firm will have a little chat. And usually the investment firm is like a JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs. You name the biggest brokerage firms out there, okay? Not uncommon. And the public companies officials and the top people at the investment brokerage firm, they will meet either at the head office of the public company, or the public company guys will go for a little, 4-day trip to New York, and take a day or two to meet the brokers, and take a day or two to watch some plays or something. Whatever. It's all, we all have private jets here, okay? We have private jets on both sides of this story. We can get together anywhere. We'll talk about it while we're playing golf. It's fine. Let's meet at an exclusive golf course, write it all off because it's a business meeting, play around at golf, have a chat, and put together an ASR. An ASR is where a public company will hand a check over to an investment broker. And it might be a $10 billion announcement, a $10 billion buyback of stock off the market to reduce the number of shares outstanding. And on an ASR, the company cuts the $10 billion, hands it to the broker, and they sign a 6-month or 1-year deal, whatever they want, 2-month deal. They'll work it out. They'll have an agreed time frame that this arrangement is made between the two parties. And the company hands $10 billion over to the broker. The broker cashes $8.5 billion of that money right away. The other $1.5 million is held in trust, and it will be released over the length of the deal. It's to tidy up the loose ends. The public company makes an announcement. We just instituted a $10 billion stock buyback through an ASR, and our lead broker is JP Morgan. That's all the public company has to say. The public company now has just purchased in one swoop $8.5 billion of its stock up front at a guaranteed price per share. Now, the stock is trading at $26 at the low of the year, which GM was, by the way. Talk about GM here. The deal could be a $31 a share deal. The broker will say, we'll get you $8.5 billion worth of stock at $31 a share. We know it's trading at 26, but you know and I know, the broker says, as soon as we step in and start buying up this stock, which is what our job is, this thing's going to go. It's going to go way past 31. So the company knows, it's going to go way past 31. That's what we want. We want it to go to 35, 36, 40. That's what we want as a public company. That's what our shareholders want. That's what the board of directors wants. The president of the company wants that, CEO, because they want to hang on to their job. They don't want to get stiffed and dumped because the stock's at $26 a share when it used to be 60. Everybody wants to get happy. Well, the investment brokerage firm just got a check cleared to them for $8.5 billion. What they need also, however, right up front, the first thing they need to do within like minutes of this agreement being finalized, they need to find billions of dollars of stock they can borrow because they're short. They're short a bunch of stock. They just delivered stock to a public company they don't have. And the stock they have to deliver has to come from their biggest clients. All the pension funds they deal with, all the insurance companies, all the banks, all the mutual funds, all the ETF funds, the index funds, and on and on and on. Who owns GM stock? Everybody owns GM stock. So the broker gets on the blower, or they send teams of their people in private jets out to these investment entities around the world, but within the US for sure. There might be 6 private jets leaving the private airport near New York City, 6 different jets at the same time, going out to find paper, to borrow it. Well, if you're the California Teachers Pension Fund and a private jet lands over in Burbank or wherever, and a limo pulls up to your office, and you know that in that limo are 4 people from JP Morgan. They're coming out to talk to you about borrowing those 5 million shares of GM you have in your portfolio. You've had them for 20 freaking years, 40 years, 60 years, however long you had this stuff. And they're asking you, would you be willing to lend us your stock for, say, 6 months? And we'll pay you 0.5% in interest every month for the next 6 months on the value of your stock. In other words, it's a 6% annual rate, payable 0.5 percentage point every month, guaranteed 6 months. And after that, we'll negotiate month by month if we still need it or not. The only thing we ask is you don't sell your stock in the open market. The pension fund is going, well, let me get this straight. I got 5 million shares, and you're willing to give me 0.5% interest on the value of those shares if I don't sell them. I'd lend them to you so you can put them in your account and deliver them to GM, which cancels certificates. You're just going to replace those shares as you buy them up in the open market, and you'll give them back to us later. But in the meantime, we get interest on the money. On our books, we own 5 million shares. We'll always own 5 million shares. And if in the next 2 months, the shares go up to 40 from 26, we're $14 a share richer in our pension fund. What does that work out to? $70 million. Our stock has gone up $14 a share. Plus, we got interest on the stock on top of that to do nothing, just to get richer. Yeah, we can do that deal. I think we can. Yeah, we can do that deal. Everyone will do that deal. And so the broker finds $8.5 billion worth of stock. No problem. So the broker is short, but they got the paper to back it up. Now they have $8.5 billion cash. Remember, they're paying interest out on this thing, on this money, but now they're going to buy stock in the open market. As soon as the announcement is made, the broker is buying stock on the open market. The broker needs $10 billion worth of stock when it's all said and done, but right now we need $8.5 billion. So they start buying. Guess what the stock does? It goes up. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. How does it happen? The street as a whole, all the other brokerage firms that aren't involved in the ASR, okay, they're licking their chops going, oh God, I wish I were in that deal. They're buying up the stock too. Why would they buy the stock? Guess who they're calling? They're calling their favorite clients. They're calling the Firefighters Pension Fund of Boston. They're calling the Massachusetts Teachers Pension Fund. They're calling the Florida Teachers Pension Fund, the Policeman's Pension Fund, the Federal Government Employees Pension Fund. Every fund, every investor, every hedge fund, everybody is getting a call. And they're being told the company just announced a $10 billion ASR. Stock's definitely going to go up. You should get in on this. We should buy this up. And so brokerage firms just start buying up blocks of stock, along with the broker that's buying stock to cancel certificates. It's working. The stock is going up in value. And if the lead broker can buy $4 billion in stock at under 32, they make money on that stock because they're delivering it to the company at 32. They bought at 26 all the way up to 32. And if they buy another 4 billion over 32, but under 36, 38, the average is they're paying 31.50 for all the stock. And it's now at $36, $38 a share. The public company's happy. So stock's up. All of its investors who held on to the stock, they're happy. Stock's up. Brokers are happy. They're making commissions left, right, and center, fees and everything else. Average investors are happy, although maybe not sure what's going on, but they're, if you're into it, you're into it. The market is higher. The whole index is rising across the board because the stock is moving higher. Everybody is happy. And there's just no loser anywhere until, of course, the buying stops, and then maybe it'll slump a little bit. But after all, at the end of the quarter coming up, in 30 days from now, the quarter is coming up, the company releases their earnings per share. Well, they don't have to divide the earnings into the same number of shares anymore. They can divide the earnings into fewer numbers of shares, which means the earnings per share went up. Surprise earnings bump. Or they met or exceeded their estimated earnings per share for the quarter. Analysts get all excited, say the stock's a buy. Stock might go even higher. Everybody is happy on an engineered buy-in on the stock, an ASR. Now, the reason I mention this ASR is because I told you about Adobe. Adobe just announced the finalization of a deal. There's no deal going to be done between Adobe buying Figma for $20 billion. The deal was going to be a combination of stock and cash. Now, no cash is required. There's no deal to be done. Guess what Adobe might do? An ASR. They might announce a $10 billion ASR to buy up the stock that has slumped from 633 down to 590. Now bumping back a little bit, they might just decide, we should give our shareholders a little gift here. Why don't we announce a $10 billion ASR? Because we just released our financials last week and we made a ton of money more than we had done in the years prior. And yet our stock went from 633 to 585. Maybe we should do an ASR. And that could perhaps pop the market to 630 to 650. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could. How about them apples? Isn't this interesting? All engineered buying, all engineered market manipulation, all legal. No one goes to jail. Don't be mad at corporate America for doing this. Don't be angry at these guys. These people need to do these kinds of deals to fund the acquisition and maintenance of their private jet fleets, their pilots, all their attendants, all the mechanics, all the cost of private jet ownership have to be covered through all these types of deals. All the bonuses have to be covered. All of the families of the very, very wealthy in New York and elsewhere around the world have to be funded by generating revenue, generating wealth. You're not creating a new product here. You're not creating like a new widget. There's no new invention being made, but it is manipulating money to make more money. It's a hell of a game that's going on. For you out there, if you are more attuned to how the market works in these ways, don't resent it. Accept it as part of the game. Keep in mind, when I say to you, you might be able to make some money doing an iron condor on a particular trade, or you might want to consider cash secured puts in a company, or you might consider buying deep in the money calls and writing poor mind cover calls against them to enhance your portfolio. I am telling you what to do exactly the way the advisors to these multi-trillion-dollar monolith entities are also doing. It's just in their penthouse levels. You guys are ground floor people. And the good news for every one of you who are here, none of you who are here are spending $1 million a month to lead your lifestyle, to live your life. If you guys can haul in $5,000 to $10,000 a month in added cash by following what I talk about and learning how the market works and understanding how you can fit into this game, you can pull 5 to 10 a month out of this market. I will bet you that many of you will make changes in your household with regards to your daily lives. It could be that you quit your job, your wife quits your job, you both quit your jobs, you only live off your investments. You keep your jobs and you work from home only, or you change your gigs from being employed with corporations to being self-employed at home as consultants. Whatever the adjustment is, at the end of the day, I'm hoping that you're living a much better style of life. You're not a millionaire. You're not a billionaire. You're not going to have 5 homes around the world, but you're going to quickly find yourself completely out of debt. You're going to find that if you have a mortgage, the payment is a nothing burger to handle. You're going to find that you can take much more entertaining and enjoyable vacations, and/or you're going to find that your retirement that you're into now is going to be far more comfortable than you thought it was going to be. And you now have the well-being, the knowledge of the fact that you are going to leave behind a much larger estate for the next generation, all those kids and grandkids. That might be your ultimate payoff that just makes it all worthwhile for you. It's up to you. Now, those of you out there who have graduated beyond making 4, 5, 6,000 a month, 10,000 a month, you're pulling in 15, 20, 50, 80, 100,000 a month watching me. God bless you, each and every one. You deserve it. And it puts you in a whole different level of life. And it allows you now, hopefully, the ability to contemplate what your next move is going to be going forward the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. And I'm a happy camper that you're happy campers. That's what it's all about. But you need to understand, you need to comprehend what's going on out there and why is it going on and how is it going on, to then allow you to absorb the information that I'm throwing you that you can use for your benefit. So like I said, don't be mad at corporate America. This game has been going on for decades. Okay, this isn't new. The ASR didn't get created last week. They've been around for years. The level of ASRs are at all-time highs. The amount of money that has been thrown into accelerated share repurchase agreements is in the tens of billions a quarter. It's hundreds of billions probably a year now. And it's going to continue to accelerate, because if a public company announces a stock buyback program, but they don't do it through an ASR, those in the business are going, that's just talk. That's just talk. You announce a $10 billion stock buyback and you don't do it through an ASR, then you're not committed to doing it. You might do it. You might only do half of it. You might not do any of it. For year after year after year, Amazon announced stock buybacks and didn't buy back any of its stock. Yet they got the press. They got these headlines. Companies announcing a big old multi-billion-dollar stock buyback. They never took the money and bought the stock back. They didn't have to. They weren't under contract to do it. No obligation. Under an ASR agreement, you can't announce. You cannot, as a public company, announce an ASR and not do the ASR. You've done the ASR. You have informed the SEC and the public markets that you've done a 10 billion, 5 billion, 15 billion, whatever it is, ASR. And that's a done deal. And that's a pre-negotiated deal for the public company, which makes it real easy. The public company knows we just spent this much money to buy back this many shares. That means we have fewer shares outstanding, and we might do another ASR next year. The company can do them all they want every year. They can buy up to a maximum of 5% of their stock back every year. Apple right now is trading at a price that means the market capitalization of Apple is over $3 trillion. We've been getting this bombarded at us from every angle for months. If Apple wanted to buy back the maximum amount of stock that they're entitled to buy back, they would be allowed to buy back $150 billion of their stock from the open market. In reality, Apple could theoretically sign an ASR. Apple could sign an ASR for $150 billion with 1 or 5 or 7 or 15 different brokerage firms. They could do a consortium deal where each brokerage firm is on the hook. I don't believe there's one brokerage firm big enough to handle it. I don't think Apple will ever be able to do an ASR for $150 billion. I can see Apple doing $50 billion ASR. I could see that, but not $150 billion. And it's not necessary because Apple can buy on the open market when they see fit millions of shares of stock every day, every week. No problem at all. They can do it. They can spend $2 billion a week consistently, $8 billion a month, $100 billion a year. They could buy back. It's available. There's billions of shares out there, right? They can only buy 5% max. So it's not a problem. They wouldn't wipe out the free-floating stock of Apple. Not at all. All right. But they haven't announced a $150 billion ASR. I've never seen that through Apple. That would be a game changer. All right. Don't be surprised if more and more public companies come out with ASR announcements in the first quarter of 2024 because they want to keep the party going. Here's another little ditty for you. If you're a public traded company and your stock isn't doing too well, but you don't happen to have cash lying around, like GM has $12.5 billion cash lying around. Now they have $2.5 billion cash because they gave $10 billion to the broker. GM will replenish its cash balance as the year goes on. But if you're a public company and you don't have 10 or 12 or 15 billion cash on hand, you're flowing cash, you're selling product, you're making money, but you're growing your company at the same time, but your stock is underperforming. You want to do a $10 billion ASR? Here's the thing. Just when you thought Wall Street thinks of everything, they thought of something else. You call your favorite company brokerage firm, and you say, hey guys, we're thinking of doing an ASR. They go, oh, that's great. How much are you thinking about? We're thinking of $10 billion. Whoa, that'll make an impact on your stock. Wow, okay, but there's one problem. Yeah, what's the problem? We don't have 10 billion in cash lying around right now. We got $1.5 billion in the bank. We generate 500 million a month in flow. We got 6 billion coming in the next 12 months, but we don't have the 10 now. Not a problem, says the broker. We'll go to the bond department of our company over here, and we'll talk to them about what you need to do, and we'll come up with a solution. Oh, okay, great. Well, the stock is trading at 20. It used to trade at 60. We want to get an ASR together to get that market back into the 30, 40 range. The bond department says, well, why don't we just issue bonds for $10 billion? We'll raise you $10 billion in cash to fund the ASR. And the bonds will pay interest of 6%, let's say. Kind of the going rate, a little more than the treasury bill, but not too much more. But we'll also throw in a kicker. We'll throw in a little kicker. We'll give the bondholders an option. They can convert the bonds after 1 year into stock of your company for, say, the rest of the bond's lifetime. Let's say it's a 6-year bond. So 1 year we get interest, and after that you can convert the bond into stock in the public company at $45 a share. Your choice. Now, if the shares trade at $60 or more for 90 days in a row, the public company can force the conversion of the paper, the debt, into stock at $45 a share because the stock's trading over 60. How about we do that deal? We got buyers left, right, center that'll give us $10 billion right now. No problem. We got players who want to put $6 billion on the table or $10 billion on the table. The public company goes, great, let's do the whole thing. They negotiate the entire deal. Within 1 day of the deal's announcement, and the $10 billion is raised, the $10 billion is handed over, the stock is bought back, the entire deal is funded and done. And in the meantime, the broker's on the phone to the senior holders of the stock. Nobody wants to sell it. Everybody wants to lend it. And they only have to find 4 or 5% of all the stock out there to borrow. They only need to borrow 4% of all the stock that exists. Then they start buying on the open market, and the market rises up to 30, 35 a share. Everyone's happy. The stock gets to 35, 40. Everybody is smiling. Even the public company that's 10 billion in debt, but their stock is now at 40. Goes to 60, they're out of debt. Is this a great country or what? Those private jets are always flying for a purpose, not just for pleasure, but for business. Larry Titus, thank you for hitting the bells. We are up and running. We're open. We're trading. And let's see if any of the viewers of this channel get even richer than they were last week. Something tells me my viewers are going to have a wonderful 2024, and they're going to understand why. They're going to know why they're having such a wonderful 2024. Welcome to the party, pals. We're here at the Nakatomi Tower, and we're just going to start this party off. It looks like we have a gain to start the day, which kind of was indicated here a while ago that we should have a bit of a little bit of a bump in the market. Let me see if I can get my big ass iPad to cooperate. It looks like the Dow's up 47 points. And S&P's up 13, NASDAQ up 23. We have oil up $1.88. Thank you very much. Come on in and yeah, let's have some fun today. Thank you all for being here. I see early here within a minute, Rocket Lab is a little better after getting whacked on Friday. It's up about 5 cents. Sofi down 2. GameStop looks like it's up 14. Matterport down 4 cents. 23andMe's at 93 cents right now. Over on Spire, 742. Smart Rent sitting at 324. Apple down $1.28. Goldman Sachs up 34 cents. They always make money. Cisco up 2 cents. Tesla down 67. Arc Innovations down 39. Microsoft is up 13 cents. Pfizer's 37 cents better. HBQ down 14 cents. Alphabet up 85. Amazon is up 159. Nvidia up $4. Unity up 3. AI down 43 cents. Adobe up 9.64 to 5.94 right now. We got Spiders up 175, Netflix up 980, the Qs are up 72, IBM down 28, Meta up 348, the old Facebook, Vanik Vectors up 10, and Home Depot down 53 cents to start the morning here in the first 2 minutes. Welcome to the party, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad to see you all here today. And like I said, I think the year coming up is going to be a humdinger for you. You're going to make a bunch of money if you're an option writer around here. If you're into iron condors or credit spread trading, I think you're going to do rather well. As long as you understand how the game is played, and it is a game, you will understand how your competition plays the game. And you just need to be as good as they are. In making your share of the money. It's just that simple. There's no magic to it. There are 17 classes now available on my website, 1 to 17, all about how options work, how they trade, why they're there, who buys them, who sells them, why they go up in value, why they go down. Sometimes they go down when markets go up. There's all kinds of reasoning behind it. We talk about the psychology of the players against you who are trying to take money from you on the options market. You have to figure out how they think. We talk about that. We talk about stink bits, stink offers, 90-10 rule. We cover all kinds of neat stuff. How to do spread trades, iron condors, of course, how to use other people's money to play the options market. How is it that an investor, a viewer on this channel with $5,000 to $10,000, how is it that these people can actually play the options market on Tesla, on Apple, Microsoft, Adobe, the triple Qs, the SPYs? They can't afford to buy the stocks. They don't have enough money to even buy the shares. How in the world can they write options? Write options on these stocks. That's what I'm talking about. Writing options on Tesla when it's 250 something bucks a share, and these folks don't have enough money to buy 20 shares. 50 shares. They can't buy 500 shares. How are they doing this? This is why you want to take these classes. You want to learn this game. You want to get serious at this game, and you want to win at this option writing game. You want to make money in the options market. You got to be a writer. You can't be the gambler. You got to be the writer. The classes are waiting for you. Thank you to those of you over the weekend who picked some of these up. You picked up some classes. You listened to me last week, and you said to yourself, gosh, darn it, the heck. It's time for me to get serious about my life. I'm not going to wait until a New Year's resolution to start learning about how to write options. I'm doing it now. I can't wait till next year, February, March, to figure this out. I'm going to do this today. And some of you did. And I thank you. I congratulate you. I welcome you to the party. Have a lot of fun around here. It's kind of fun. Thank you, everybody. What's going on? Brian, Credit Savage, rollovers are key to this whole game. You must roll your position to be close to the market. It prepares you for any drop and makes you money faster. This is fun. Alberto, Brian, I don't roll. I beg for assignment or expiry date. I see a ton of Bagel Familia rolling, which is great, but this game has many different ways to make that dinero. JR, Alberto, you home again? Buddy, you're back. Brian, Alberto, sorry, I guess you were just one step ahead of me. Not a problem. There's both ways to play this game. There's the rollover game and let them assign you game. It's okay. Both work. Nazareth, Bruce, I am thumbs up. 100. You've already got 100 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. I've been too busy ranting. The Credit Savage says, Alka Bruce, those AI $35 Jan 25 rollovers from Friday have given back 8% already today. How about that? AI right now is down 37 cents a share. Nice. Gonna cross these heavy arms. I'm just going to watch that number get nicer. Maybe, cash secured put time. Let's see if AI gets to 28. This is the thing about this channel that viewers are also figuring out. There's a time where you write contracts, call contracts, and there's a time you write put contracts. You're always writing. You're bringing in premium money above and beyond the value of the actual contract. The time value, you're taking it now, today, in your hand, and just allowing the shrinkage to come to you. It's phenomenal. What do you guys think about $15 Jan 26 calls on AI as a poor man covered call? buy now or get the dip. As long as it's in the 90-10 roll you want to look at. I started the lesson, says Ricardo. I noticed, my friend. Luca, there's another class taker right here. Ciao, all 102 here. Thanks for the heads up the other day, Uncle B. You got it. Waverly, I'm number 101 on the thumbs up meter. The big L is here. LS. GameStop looking good. Should I be rolling? It's looking green. Should I roll my April 18 covered calls yet on GameStop? 17.93 right now, up 67 cents this morning. We are up 67 cents on GameStop right now. The question is, do you take a look now at rolling forward higher GameStop calls? You always look at it. You always study the options chain. And you have to determine, is there a credit available to you if you were to do a rollover? If you could do a rollover where you can lift your strike price on your options that you've written to a higher level and get paid cash to do it, depending on how far out you got to go, then there it is. And if you've taken my classes, you will know the answer to that question. You will be fully aware of what you need to do and how you need to do it. And congratulations, each and every one of you that constantly takes cash off the table from these incredibly risky option players. It's unbelievable how many option players there are out there just risking it all. And all they're trying to do is buy a call for $3 and make it go to $4, or they hope. You're the other side. You're the one taking $3 or $4 or $5 a contract or more and just crossing your arms going, this contract isn't going to stay here. There's no way. A week from now, 2 weeks from now, these contracts are off so much that I've got myself a huge percentage profit on this trade. Thank you very much. Credit Savage, Alberta, you are doing it right, buddy. I just have an emotional attachment to AI, and I would love to buy them at 14 or Unity at 18. Richard Carlin, I've been a member of this channel for 33 months. Woot woot. Richard, thank you, my friend, for being a member as long as you have been a member. It's absolutely fabulous. Love that you're with us. And just love your company, and you've come such a long way as a viewer from the early days. It's absolutely fabulous. Richard, Gold Bagel member, thank you, my friend, for that. I know that you've mentioned to many of us, a number of us, many times, you make far more than $25 a month writing options. So the class is a no-brainer to be part of the Gold Bagel family. Thank you. Alberto, Brian, I prefer to go to assignment or expire just because I don't want to worry about looking at the portfolio every day. I prefer to sell and forget them. Get the dinero. Touch Grass says, go GameStop, baby. Go GameStop, go. We're sitting at 1806, up 80 cents. Sofi right now down 3 pennies at 9.33. Go GameStop, go is right, 1809. And again, I have mentioned this now a million times. I feel like I've mentioned it a million times. I'm so excited about the GameStop story because GameStop is not just a brick and mortar company anymore. Those days are over. That ended 2 weeks ago. As soon as the financials came out and it was revealed that the board of directors have given the green light to Mr. Cohen to utilize the $1.2 billion in cash inside GameStop's treasury for whatever he sees fit. Oh my God. GameStop is going to become a totally different corporation going forward. It's going to be very active in the markets, I think. It's going to be getting tons of headlines, I think. I think they're going to be an activist type investment type company with the brick and mortar on behind it, making $300-400 million a year. I'm sure of that. I'm sure they're going to make $300-400 million a year in profit from the brick and mortar. They have cut the cost of that entity down and are still doing it. We've only just started. Remember, this stock came from $25 a share in the summer down to 11. We're only back to 18. This isn't like a new all-time high or anything. Don't get excited about this. We're going higher, okay? 1804. Wow, looking pretty good. And the future is going to be entertaining. 840,000, that's all it took. Not even a million shares of trading to pop this 78 cents a share. Not even a million. You think about this, 840,000 shares. Divide this number by 4, and you come up with a number of 210 million shares. I am telling you, this stock has popped this much on 210 million shares before they split the stock last year. Can you imagine? Not 210 million shares, 210,000 shares. That's all this is. There's 840,000 traded, 210,000 with the 4-for-1 split reversed out. We are talking nothing. There is nothing trading here in volume, and it's up 80 cents. The stock is all gone. There are shorters everywhere, all over the place, who've got themselves in a big vice. And someone is cranking the vice little by little by little. And it's going to get loud around here. It is going to get goofy around here. And the shorters will mount attacks on the stock whenever they can. But they're going to get their butts handed to them badly because they don't want to believe that Ryan Cohen, with $1.2 billion in cash from GameStop, his own $4 or $5 billion of value, his own, plus his sphere of influence, which could be 20 billion more. These guys, as a collective, can make all hell break loose. And we're going to hit 88 miles an hour on this thing, and you're going to see some serious stuff. It's going to be insane. The street is almost oblivious to it, almost, except for the sliver that are nibbling this up. Why would someone be in a hurry to buy the stock up 80 cents a share first thing on a Monday morning? No announcement, no nothing. Why would they? If you've got billions of dollars under administration and you've got every contact on Wall Street out there at your beck and call because you've got billions of dollars to invest into the market, you are getting any advice you want, any information you want, it's available to you. Why is this up 84 cents a share? Colonel Nathan Jessup, if you said that Santiago was not to be touched, why did you have to evacuate him from the base? You said he wasn't to be touched. That means he wasn't in danger. Or was he in danger because they wouldn't follow your order? Did you order a code red? What's going on with this GameStop? Is someone ordering a code red on GameStop? No one wants to say anything. Except me. I'm here. I'm here. I'm talking about it. Hello. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Up 83 cents. I like the stock. I just like the stuff. Juan, I just bought my first class. I'm rewatching, but I'm learning so much. Keep it going. I'm over here having money sit. Little gains. Rock and roll, buddy. Welcome to the party, pal. Hector. Neat. The Knights of Knee are up. Alberto Savage, you are a beast at what you do, and I don't ever doubt your methods. I was just pointing out that there are other ways. Get that dinero. You're all right. You're both correct. That's the thing about this business. You don't have to do it one way. Take the money off the table, says Brian. I think I might buy some more Sofi today. Merry Christmas to me, Beach Boy. Alberto. The pile dancing legal scene is back to normal since Alberto is back. Brian, GameStop is always exciting. 18, 11, 25. It's funny. I have alerts on my Yahoo Finance that are quite old, but they're for GameStop at 35, 50, and 75. JR, wait, you mean Alberta didn't switch over to Powell dancing? Brian, Ryan Cohen is good friends with Carl Icahn. Let's see what happens next year. Ryan Cohen had a meeting with the Oracle of Omaha last year. Did you know that? He's in touch with that guy. Yeah, he talks to him from time to time too. Yes, this gentleman, Mr. Cohen, is not some rebel without a cause out there. You know, he's not wearing a leather jacket and a white T-shirt and smoking a cigarette, causing problems. This young guy is connected. And if you don't think that Wall Street is always looking to talk to him, think again. He is very in tune with what's going on. And the street wants to deal with him, because he is a money maker. This guy makes brokers money and investment bankers money. This guy is the tip of an iceberg that is going to pay handsomely. Brian, Sofi, a little pop. Happy Monday. Marcus, I am number 108, Bruce. 108 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, guys. 941 on your Sofi. We're up 6 cents. Beach Boy, J.R. Powell, pile dancing. It's a thing that makes the difference. His dancing. Waverly, Go Sofi. Flint Creek, I'm here. Let's get that dinero. All your orders are en route. Thank you, bagel friends and bagel heads, for your orders of Flint Creek soap products. Beach Boy JR is laughing and smiling and giggling, and we're all having a good time. We're up 61 on the Dow. Spire up a penny. AI at $30.99, down 23 cents. Spider up 187. The Qs are up 64. GameStop up 89 cents. $18.16. We're up 90 now. 90 cents on GameStop in 18 minutes. Colonel Jessup, if there's nothing to see here, why is the stock up 90 cents in 18 minutes? You said there was nothing to worry about, and yet the stock is up 90 cents a share. Is there something going on, Colonel Jessup, we should be aware of? 945 on Sofi. We're up a dime. It's going straight up after touching 921. 24-cent shot in 10 minutes. 4.7 million shares volume. You think Sofi is going to go higher? I think so. There are 10 million more shares shorted on Sofi this month versus last month. Did you know that? It's in my title, so you should know it. 10 million more shares shorted on Sofi. Officially. Unofficially, who knows how many shares are being shorted on Sofi? Synthetically, off the books. Oh, man, derivatives trades. These shorters are going to get their butts handed to them. It's going to be ugly. I am sitting here as an old guy, and I remember in 2021, just 3 years ago, I was 65 at the time. I'm 68 now. And I saw stuff that turned my hair white because in 2020, I had nothing but black, dark hair. You look at my old videos, you'll see. It's all turned white in just the last year and a half. It's unbelievable. I saw volumes on GameStop and dollars on GameStop that blew my mind. It wasn't enough that GameStop was trading 100 million shares a day, 150 million shares every single day. There was only 70 million in existence officially, but there were the shorts on top of that. That's why you could trade 150 million shares of GameStop. But the crazy thing about that was it wasn't trading at $5 a share or $10 a share. Yeah, if they were trading at $10 a share, they get 150 million shares changing hands at $10 a share. Well, what's that? $1.5 billion? So what? Nothing burger, right? But at $200 a share, trading 150 million at a time. What? That was nuts. There was more money changing hands on GameStop than on Apple every day, or on Amazon, or on Microsoft, or on Tesla, the darling of the street. GameStop had more money changing hands every day than the biggest trades, the biggest stocks on the street. And now we're sitting here today, December the 18th, 2023. And I'm just casually mentioning to you guys, there are 218 of you here. There are 130 or plus million shares shorted officially on Sofi. There's something like on GameStop now, what do they say? 63.5 million officially shorted on GameStop out of the 266 million that could possibly trade the float. There's way more than that. The put positions on these stocks and the derivatives positions that you and I are not privy to see are unbelievable. The SEC has come out with a ruling, suggested rule. They have like a 60-day comment period on it. The SEC wants to have short sellers reveal their positions. The short sellers are going batshit crazy. They're going, no way, we're suing. We're suing you guys. No way, we can't. That's bad for investors. Really? What investors are you referring to? Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. I remember the movie Dumb Money, and there were two groups of investors. There were the investors that had day jobs, and then there were the investors who had they had mansions where one guy wanted to buy the mansion next door to tear it down and build a big tennis court. Those investors. There were two kinds of investors. You remember that movie Dumb Money? I think the investors that these guys are suing for are the ones with the tennis courts. I think those are the ones that are suing. Because if you look at who the lead plaintiffs are, the representatives of the hedge funds. These are organizations that represent the best interests of hedge funds. Are hedge funds made up of small working class investors? No, no, that they're not representing those people, not the millions and millions of investors who are trying to get by in this damn world. By the way, GameStop's up $1.03 now. Not those people. Oh God, no, 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 no. We're trying to represent the hedge fund people. After all, we have the private jets. We have the mansions. We own the condos in London and New York. We go on exotic vacations. We're the ones with the kids in the private school. We're the ones who wear $5,000 pairs of shoes. Our wives have $10,000 and $20,000 purses, many of them to match all the colors of their wardrobe. We have walk-in closets for him and for her in every house we own, and there are 5 of those. So we are the ones that need the help here. We can't be expected to reveal our short positions, because if you know out there, you millions of people out there know how we do what we do and how many shorts we have on what, you might go against us. We can't have that. We can't have that. We have to have a congressional meeting here. We have to call a congressional get together and have Maxine Waters ask direct questions. Yes and no answer questions about how you are shorting these shares, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need. We're up 112 on GameStop. It's not working anymore. Okay. The SEC, give them kudos. They're saying to these guys, screw you. You guys were the problem. It wasn't the millions of small investors who bought up GameStop that was the problem. The problem was that you morons were short 75 million shares of GameStop when only 70 million in total existed, and only 50 odd million could possibly trade because the rest were restricted. You were short 70 million shares against an open position of 50 million shares, and you had backers, bankers and investment advisors and investment firms lending stock out so you could short more when they didn't have it to lend you in the first place. Everybody was making money on the short game, where they were charging interest for short interest. People were borrowing shares that didn't exist for short interest trades, shorting the stock, brokerage fees were getting paid, commissions getting paid. And then the little guy came in and started buying up the stock, and the jig was up, and it ran it to 350 whatever a share. The small guy isn't the problem. It's the big boys that are the problem. And that's who we're trying to control right now. Kind of hard to do, isn't it? They want to sue these guys with lawsuits. Unbelievable, but not unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. When you're on the hook for an $85 million aircraft from Gulfstream, you got to keep the money coming in to pay for that $85 million plane. It's going to run you $1 million a month to maintain it, park it, staff it, fill it with gas. I mean, hey, $1 million a month is what I need, man. I can't be having short positions revealed. This is going to cut into my business. It's not good for investors. Amazing, isn't it? 1836, 1840 on GameStop. Are you having fun this morning, everybody? Is anyone here having a good time? Like I said, I'm just trying to fill you in plain English on what the hell is going on. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't know if anyone else is able to do it for you or not, but that's what I do. Those of you writing options in the market here, creating short credit spreads, creating condors, cash secured puts, doing poor man cover call writing, welcome to this party, pal, where the dinero is coming your way. It doesn't matter if the market goes up. It doesn't matter if the market does nothing. It doesn't matter if the market goes down. It doesn't matter. You make money no matter what. And here we are. We're down 18 on AI. The spiders are up 175. The Qs are up $1. The Dow's up 7 points. The S&P's only up 12. The Nasdaq's only up 31. We're not going anywhere this morning. We're kind of flat. Oil up 250 at 73.95. The oil guys are trying to create all kinds of speculation on, ooh, the Red Sea is in trouble and we can't get oil through the Suez Canal. You know how much oil flows through the Suez Canal? Not very much. Not very much. Yeah, there are tankers that go through the Suez. Yeah, but Europe won't freeze, believe me. They'll move oil around Africa. It's fine. It'll take 4 or 5 extra days, 6 days. Who cares? So what? Super tankers everywhere. Russian oil, how much do you want? Good Lord Almighty, the North Sea is drowning in oil. There's oil everywhere. America's producing over 13 million barrels a day. This is a joke, this oil price. Anyway, GameStop, 1828 right now, 1830, high of 1841. Thank you very much. Nice to see it take a little pop today. This is not the all-time high. It's barely coming back to anywhere it's been in the last 6 months. We have got to get to 25 before we even talk about, oh, it's nice to see it back at 25 again. Been a while. We've come from 11 to here. There's buying going on. There's no question about it. Someone is nibbling this up, but I'll tell you, with this move, a buck a share, buck whatever, we've only had 1.6 million trade. Where is the volume? Where is the resistance to stop it? Why aren't there 20 million shares in the way to move it to 18? The shorters aren't putting stops on it. They're jumping in and out nimbly. You know, they sell at 1830 and buy it at 1825, and they sell it at 1833 and they buy it at 1826. Yeah, they're in and out. They're in and out, you know, out and in, out and in. There's no one taking a major position, a short position here. The stock's going higher. I think the higher this goes, the more shorters have to buy back. They're being forced to buy it back. That's going to get interesting. 948 on Sofi. We're up 13 cents. Nothing great. It's high of the day, 949. We're at 948. You know, we're right there. 6.5 million shares traded. Nice. 29 minutes. Great. Not a record. Not a record. But it's up again. Again, this is another indication to me that too many folks at the moment are aware of the fact that Sofi is about to announce a positive earnings result. At the end of this month will be the end of the quarter, the end of the year. And by the end of January, we'll get the results from Sofi, first week of February, whatever it is. More and more people are figuring that out, and the selling is drying out. Those who wanted out at 7, you know, if you wanted the tax loss, they took it in the 6s and 7s and 8s. Now it's 948. Most people that bought Sofi in the last year paid less than 948 for the stock. That means most people who own Sofi now, certainly recent shareholders, they're all up money on it. They don't have a tax loss. You can't sell Sofi for a tax loss. The higher it goes, you can't take a tax loss. There isn't one. And that means the stock will go even higher because there is no desperate, got to get out of this stock for a tax write-off loss available. It's 949. It's going to $10, maybe today. Might be 12 tomorrow or Tuesday, Wednesday. It could well do that. Hang on to your hats. Did you write cash secured puts like I told you? Did you do that? Some of you did very well on that little move and are going to do very well on this with 950 on Sofi. We're going through 950 like a hot knife through soft butter. We're going higher. Okay. 1824 on GameStop. Could we hit 19 today? Yes. 20 tomorrow? Yes. 22 by Wednesday, Thursday? Yes. Could we hit 25 next week on GameStop? Yeah. Yeah, we sure could. There's nothing stopping this stock. There's no wall of selling here. This could definitely go higher. This could be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. Is everybody okay? Are we having fun here? JJ, I paid 23 cents for a GameStop weekly call butterfly. 18.5, 20.5, 22.5. How you doing on that? Brian, wow. That is the smallest spread I've ever seen for a $10 for GameStop, $9.35 to $9.95, says Brian. Flint Creek, Alberto, I think we need to see the videos here. Flint, let's go through 10. Brian, Flint Creek, I agree. Let's go through 10. Make me roll again. Touch grass. What's the outlook for AI? Bruce, what do you think? I love the AI. We're up a dime now at 31.32. The huge short position. Well, I was thinking about this on the weekend. I was sitting in my sitting in the spa yesterday and Saturday night, just sitting in the hot water here. And as it turns out, I got to the pool complex. We have 34 of them. They're all outdoor pool complexes. So I got up there and I was sitting in the pool. just to show you what this is the world that I am forced to be in right now. This is what I'm living in. So you see that pool down there? That's kind of what my pool complex looks like, sort of. That's not the exact one, but I'm sitting in that hot tub there at that spa Saturday night at sunset and Sunday at sunset. And I'm thinking to myself, what would happen? What would happen if AI, GameStop, SoFi at the same time had a short squeeze and their stock started running up in price? What would happen to this channel right here if AI went to 40, GameStop went to 30, and SoFi went to 20? All on short squeezes, all in like a week to 2 weeks, and just started trading 100 million shares a day each like crazy and more for months on end, because once it starts, it just goes. And a month later, they're up another 15, 20 bucks each. And a month later, they're up another 15, 20 bucks each. Because I remember, and you folks may not realize this, but AI has once been $100+ a share. GameStop at $300 a share, that's $75 on a 4-for-1 split. SoFi has been to 2025. To go to 30, 35 would just be a new high. Triple here, 4 times here. What would happen to this channel? What would happen to the viewership of this channel? Right now, there are 226 people here watching this going, Bruce, I noticed that GameStop was 1840 today. You got anything going on this? SoFi, 950. What? AI is up now 25 cents. What? And so instead of talking to 140 people, I'm talking to 220. Well, what if these shares do really take off on volume? I mean volume, which means dollars are really coming into these 3 stocks. That means the attention of all of Wall Street comes in here, because right now we only have a sliver of Wall Street following us. What if all of Wall Street go, what are those guys doing over there with those 3 stocks? And what is there's that one guy, isn't there that one guy, that old fart with no hair? It's whatever he's got is white, and he has something to do with bagels. What is that moron's? What's his name? He talks about these all the time. What does he know? Why are those 3 stocks doing what they're doing? What does he know? What's so special about this guy? Would we have 1,000 people watching right now? What I'm talking about? Would we have 1,500? I'll tell you this, during GameStop's run in January, February, March of 2021, we had 125,000 to 250,000 people every day, 5 days a week, watching this old man talk about GameStop and AMC and the meme craze and all that. We weren't talking options back then. We weren't writing anything. That was a whole different world. So could there be 10,000 people a day joining this channel, wondering what the hell is going on? Because this guy seems to be always talking about their upside, and here they are. He talked about short squeezes, and here we go. Why didn't anyone else do what he did? Well, there are others, but he's the only one from 2020 that's still doing it. Interesting, isn't it? 1818 on GameStop, SoFi 952, AI 3134. They're all up. Lovely. Dow's only up 20 points. These stocks aren't going up because the Dow's up 20 points. They're leading the Dow. They're ahead of the Dow. The Dow's way behind this. Yeah, isn't this fun? I like this game. Don't you? I think a lot of you do like this game. We're up 18 on the S&P. We're up 54 on NASDAQ. Oil up 272. Yeah. I think the rest of the market, the Magnificent Seven, but the 493 S&P stocks that aren't the Magnificent Seven, many of those stocks and the NASDAQ 100 and the Dow 30 in particular, they are completely hostage. They're held hostage right now by interest rates. They're completely being held hostage by the Fed, because all of those stocks and those markets have risen dramatically because interest rates seem to have topped out. And now the talk has been, well, there's going to be rate cuts in 2024. And this morning there was a headline, we could see a 0.75% drop in interest rates. Well, I've been talking about that for weeks. If they're talking about a 3-time cut in interest rates, it's 3 1/4 point cuts. That's only 0.75% for a year. So the interest rates are what, 4.25% to 4.75%. That is supposed to justify all-time record highs in the stock market. The last time we had all-time record highs in the stock market, interest rates were zero. All right, now we're supposed to believe that 4.25 is all-time record high stock markets. Really? I'd rather play another game, and that is, I know for a fact that there's a ton of stock shorted on AI, and there are billions of dollars on the table from shorters on AI that are going to turn into hundreds of billions of dollars in losses. Because if AI goes to 60, 80 bucks, we are going to see some hedge funds get wiped out because they're leveraged. They're going to get leveraged out of business. GameStop at 18, 17, 30 to 50 bucks a share. 50 bucks a share, we have got hedge funds in big, big trouble. Sofi, $9.50 right now, $25 to $35. We will have horror stories coming out from in between the little nooks and crannies of the market of all kinds of speculators who were short SoFi on a leveraged basis. They're going to get their butts handed to them. And it could well be that all three move at the same time. Yeah, it could well be. I can see 100, 150 million of each of them trade every day, and that traders will be jumping from one to the other, 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 to the other. It's just a wheel of fun on all three of them. And there will be analysts out there who'll go, well, AI, of course it's going up because there's a gazillion shorted on it. And then they'll go GameStop. Well, GameStop's going up because Ryan Cohen bought into this company with $1 billion worth of stock. He bought this thing, and that's tripled in value or quadrupled in value since he got in it, because all these other people followed him into it. And GameStop just doubled their market cap. Yeah, of course it's $35 a share. And then SoFi, well, yeah, they're making money in the fourth quarter. They're making money in the first quarter of 2024 and 25. Their numbers had to be upped again. Their estimates, of course, the stock's at 2025 because the company's going to be making a piss pot of money in the next 3 years and beyond. None of that is speculation. None of that is wild meme stock frenzy. None of that needs a congressional investigation. All of that is just, well, that's how the market works. There's more buyers and sellers, and their shorters are getting their butts handed to them. We've seen this before. If AI goes to 60 bucks a share, 80 bucks a share, is that just as the same as GameStop going from $4 a share in June 2020 to $400 a share in February 2020? It's not the same. It's not a 100-time increase. We're going from 25, 30 to 50, 60 bucks. It's a double. It's a nothing burger to get worried about. GameStop going from 18 to 35 or $40. Those aren't new all-time highs. No, nothing to investigate here. SoFi from $9.50 to $25, $30 a share. We were at 25 twice already. Nothing to see here. For the viewers of this channel, well, that would make it a lot different. Yes, that would be quite lovely. I think someone's coming in the room. I sense a presence. I sense
a presence I haven't felt.
I sense fear in the loins.
Is that what it is?
Hi, Auntie Jen.
1838, 1837.
Look at that old GameStop.
Yeah.
Hit 1841. We're up 111 today. Look at that, huh? Good old GameStop hitting new highs again.
Is it the Christmas miracle?
It's a Christmas miracle. It's all made up. It's all fantasy. A SoFi 955 up 20. It's running higher. And AI started down. Now it's up 8 cents. It's turned around. Yeah, getting kind of interesting around here. The old GameStop volume, interestingly enough, is only 2.1 million shares.
Okay.
Now, some of my viewers will say, Bruce, a month ago, we were only doing 2 million shares a day on GameStop.
Right.
2 million shares now, Bruce, in just 41 minutes. That's actually quite a bit normal. And I'll say, yeah, that's more than normal. But remember, in the last now week and a half, the average volume has risen so much that today, the average 65-day volume on GameStop is 6 million shares. Now, at 2.1 million already, we can easily break 6 million today. We could do 10 million today. But what I'm wondering about is, what if GameStop starts trading 20 to 50 million a day? We're not going to stay under $20 a share. There's no damn way that's going to happen. Not enough paper. SoFi volume 9.3 million so far. Not bad. A little better. But a typical volume lately, or on SoFi. Let's just take a look at that. The 65-day average for daily volume on SoFi is 37 million. And so 9.3 in 45 minutes. Yeah, we're going to break that. On Friday, we traded, I believe it was 50 million. On Thursday, I think we traded 70 million or something like that. And we had 70 million the day before that. We have had over 50 million now for several days in a row, way above normal. And I'm wondering, we hit 150 million a day on SoFi. We're not under 15 anymore. Like, we'll go past 15 a share like that. So hang on to your hats, kids. There's a few folks on this in this channel here who follow me, who are quite keen on AI, GameStop, and SoFi making moves that we're talking about that will transform their accounts to levels they've never seen before. There's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There are viewers on this channel who will become 100,000aires, definitely 100,000aires. But a number of my viewers will now become millionaires for the first time in their lives, or they'll become millionaires in all assets, less liabilities. They're still millionaires. That will be a first for many of my viewers, and we go from here because you don't sell out these positions. You just keep writing options on them and hauling in more money. It's as simple as that.
That's right.
So, Auntie Jen, how are you doing today? It's been a rough weekend for you.
You're a little.
I'm phlegmy.
Phlegmy this morning too.
Tired, phlegmy.
Cloudy.
It's kind of cloudy out there, but that's all right. It's a warm cloudy. It's okay.
It's a warm cloud.
Compared to Canada, it's warm out.
That's true.
It's like in the 50s.
Well,
it's going into the
our
60s.
part of Canada has been pretty darn nice.
They've been nice up north, but it's been nicer here. Yes.
And now, of course, you get people. Well, it would be so nice to have snow for Christmas.
Oh, those losers.
Have a little snow.
Losers.
Not right before Christmas, because that's, people are on the highway.
Wing Commander, by the way, says, I'm thumbs up 136. Brian,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the price movement on SoFi. Looking at the main indices, they all look pretty different. Doesn't have the algo feel to it. Touch grass, basket ETFs, and meme stocks will lightly squeeze together. Brian, 227 people are watching. Give Uncle Bruce the thumbs ups he deserves. Oh, thank you for that. Alberto, how you doing, Jen? Joey's voice.
Hello,
How you doing?
Alberto.
How you doing? He's back. He's back from his cruise. JR, there is a disturbance in the force. Oh, it's Auntie Jen. Cindy B, good morning. Larry Titus, good morning, Auntie Jen. Richard Carlin, morning, Auntie Jen. Mandu number 5, good morning, Auntie Jen. Everybody's here saying hi as we expect. That's wonderful. You guys are great. Fun times at the OK Corral. You guys have not seen anything yet. Absolutely nothing. We haven't seen jack squat yet. We're into the doldrums of December right now, and some of these stocks are moving up during doldrum days. I was saying to the folks that at $9.50 a share on SoFi, then anyone who bought SoFi in 2023 probably is up money now.
Probably.
Because for most of the year we were under $9.50 for
yeah.
most of it. There's some folks who bought at 10 and 11. There's a handful, but most people who bought this stuff paid $6, $7, $5, $6, $7, $8 a share. They're all up on it. You ain't seen jack squat yet. Absolutely nothing. And yet at $9.50, people are going, that's pretty good. I'm up 30% of my stock. I'm up 40%. Bruce, when do I write options? Not yet. Not call options. Cash secured puts. Those of you who wrote 3 weeks ago, a month ago, are going, I wrote those $10 cash secured puts Bruce told us about, and now we're only 50 cents in the money on them. Oh, this is so good. I like this game. That's what I hear more and more of all the time. I like this game. And can we blame people? Not really. Right now, I'm looking at $10 cash secured puts on SoFi for January 2026, as far as you can go. 320 is the bid, and that'll put it down 20 cents already today. Those were over $4, if I'm not mistaken. They were well over $4. And if you want to look at maybe, let's see if we can do that. Jan 25s, the $10 Jan 25, they're down to 259 bid now. Those were in the 350s as well. They've come off nicely, and they're still going to keep dropping. The 7s are 112. They've come off. Isn't that interesting? Yes, folks around here who've been writing cash secured puts on good old SoFi are just giddy. Jan 2024s, the $10 Jan 2024, there's 78 cents bid. Last trade 85. That puts them down 25 cents today. And those were, I think, around $1.50, $2. Well, they had to have been, because at $7 they were worth book. They were $3 book value. The 9s are down to 21 cents. The 7s are 3 cents each. Like, hello. Yeah, we've seen complete annihilation.
It was a Merry Christmas after all.
And it was a wonderful Christmas by each and everybody. Everyone had a wonderful time. Yay. You got to love it, kids. You just got to love how this market is working. We're only up 10 on the Dow. We're up 17 on S&P, up 60 on NASDAQ. Crude oil up 272. That will not last. And 948 on SoFi, 1824 on GameStop. The Dow's up 8 points. Giddy up.
There you go. Anything coming out this week?
I
think it's pretty quiet now till January.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to expect. We'll keep an eye open for economic numbers this week and next week. We have a regular week this week, 4-day week next week, 4-day week the week after that.
Yes, it's our last 5-day for a while.
And then say goodbye to the last of the 2023 economic indicators and get ready for 2024.
Then we have to start writing 24 instead of 23.
Around our world, in the world that we're from, being old timers that we are, we remember January, every January, as being a nightmare, because when we went to work, we'd have to write now the new year, and we'd forget. Writing checks, we would write, 5-8 checks a month, right? One to your landlord, one to your car payment company, one to your credit card, or 2 credit cards, or 3 credit cards, gas company, electric company, water company. And we would forget that we were writing the last year's year on it.
Shopping. You used to write a check when you went shopping.
When to go shopping. So we have to write a line through the wrong year, initial it, and put a new year on it. Just so the bank would clear these checks. Ridiculous. We would sometimes get notifications from our banker. You bounced the check because you put last year's date on it.
Yeah.
And it would be a $25 charge back in the 80s. That was a lot of money in the 80s.
Well, they shouldn't have. It would have been stale dated. Depending
on
what month.
But then they charge you stale date fees.
Yeah.
All the bank fees. We had stupid bank fees back then. We have stupid bank fees today. Yeah. Don't worry. Banks have been making money a long time. But
you used to go, like, I don't know, any store. You used to go to Nordstrom's and you would write a check and you just give them your ID and they write down whatever they wanted to write.
Yeah, you got a driver's license, or write down your license number. They write down your address, or they check the address on the front of your check to make sure it matched and all this stuff. And they would take a check. Yeah, then you think a store will take a check from you today? I don't think so. Not many of that will do that.
Look at them and go, what is this?
What is this? What's a check?
Remember traveler's checks?
Oh, traveler's checks. Remember? Beach Boy.
Before Interact.
Hi, Jen. Could you ask Squeaky Bruce to get a WD-40 at one point? Why?
Oh no.
What's the problem?
No. No.
That was easy.
Or play Yoko. Something, please. Hector, yes, Chair Lubrication or Bruce Lubrication. Bobby, I wrote 2 SoFi 10s for Jan 25 when they were $4.35 each. Brian, Uncle Bruce, Jan 2026, $12 calls are going for about $4.50. I think this is a good idea too, but buy the stock for $7.50. Yes, please. Why not? Splayer, good morning, y'all, and good morning, Auntie Jen. Again, my break has a perfect timing. Hope you two had a good weekend. We did. We found a hammer. Jen, oh my, Jen, Splayer, damn, GameStop up $1 and SoFi back to $9.50 while Rocket Lab went $1 lower to $4.50. Anything else I'm missing here? Richard, sounds like a wounded goose. That's true. It does sound like a wounded goose. I got to find WD-40. I don't think we have any in this house.
No, we have random drawers filled with tools.
We got all kinds of. We got to go into the
It's so
garage and
weird.
take a look at it. Maybe there's WD-40 over there. Brian, wait, a check or a check?
Oh, it's a-
QUE.
It's a check.
Yeah. How do you write that? How do you spell that? Yeah, man.
The other one is a check mark.
What about it? Check a check mark. Yes, there's that. True. Uh-huh. Well, we're gonna see how it all plays out, kids. We're only up 3 points. Oh, we're only up 1 point on the Dow. 15.99 on S&P, 54 on NASDAQ right now. So there you go. JR. My ears. Don't do that again, Uncle B. Remember the old slide credit card machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
And every once in a while, I'd be in a rush and mangle someone's card.
Oh, not good. The credit savage. Hey, Uncle Bruce. So those $30 cash secured puts I sold on Unity when it dipped to 29, I think I'll buy those back today. I'm feeling generous. So also would like to have some more capital for a few more moves. How about that action?
See.
Giddy up on the old Unity. What's it doing right now? Unity is sitting at 39.05, down 31 cents. And it moved up from, what was it, a week or so ago? Yeah, 33 to 39. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Wah. I gotta love that. Wah. Those Unity cash reports for January 25. Oh, yeah, they're only $4 now. Yes.
Right.
Profits are being made by Credit Savage. Yes, so generous. Credit Savage is giving back $4 from what he took in, which was far more than that. Sweet ride, baby. A sweet ride.
Going, I'll take the $4.
I'll take the. Thank you so much, Credit Savage, for giving me at least $4. Oh, I thought I lost it all.
I know.
They are going to lose it all. It's only a matter of time. They're going to lose it all. We're down 33 on AI at 30.89. We've got GameStop up 97. We have SoFi up 11. It's generally speaking, an okay day there. Beach Boy Mother Teresa, aka Credit Savage. Wow. The love. Oh, the giver. Should be a saint.
Should be a statue.
Yeah.
In the middle of town.
In Hawaii. In Waikiki, there should be a statue. Yes, we love Credit Savage's family. They spend all kinds of money here, and thank you, option writers, for giving it to them. It's beautiful. The option gamblers, thank you.
It's the circle of life.
You'll want a silicone spray, not WD-40. That's what you're gonna want. See what I learn here every day.
Can't we just have
Can we use butter? Can we just use butter? We're only here for 6 months.
Grease, not butter. Grease.
Yeah, grease. So bacon grease. Make the chair smell good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Grease smells like
Let's talk like some of those 1930s gangsters. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. We'll use some grease. Yeah, that's it. Take it. Yeah. We're getting giddy around here. I love the way these markets are treating our viewers. Viewers are having a fabulous time of it. I noticed Apple is down 205. Enphase down 83 cents. Netflix up 16, big ones.
A little red, a little green, very festive.
Adobe's up $3. We've had a wild swing on Adobe today because we had that announcement come out this morning. They're not going to buy that company called Figma. The shares were as low as 587. That's where we are now. Got up to 603, but couldn't hold it and it backed off again. So they're right now up $3. Yeah. But those of you out there with those condors, you can sit back and watch the gyrations. You're weighing the money on it, and you can decide for yourself whether you do anything. It's fantastic. So much fun. Adobe up 355. NVIDIA's up 950. Tesla's up 489 now. It's 258. We got the Rocket Lab down a dime, which is beyond me to understand. Matterport down 5 cents. SmartRent down a half a penny. ATIP is up 7, Unity down 53, Google is up 320, Moderna down 220, Cisco up down 44, Pfizer up 31, IBM down 29 cents, HBQ down 31, Microsoft up $1, 23andMe at 90 cents a share, Amazon at 270 down to is up 276 at 152 now. 152.73, so it's running along. Home Depot down 167. Vanek Vector's down 24 cents. Goldman Sachs down 95 cents. Boeing down 192. The Meta Platforms up 761. Target down 48 cents. JP Morgan up $1. Costco, big gain, $16. It's had a good couple of weeks here. Last week, the shares were at like 626. We're now 674. A month ago, like back on November 20, 581. We're at 674 on Costco, almost $100 pop in a month during this Christmas season. I find that
I think
odd,
people are
but-
at Costco going, look at all the people that are here.
yeah, I
Except the carts really aren't.
they don't seem to be
Filled.
full with Christmas. I don't
They're
understand.
groceries.
I don't understand. It is what it is. Maybe someone's twisting some good time, thinking good time. I don't know. Whatever. Dude. Okay, Uncle Bruce, twist my arm. I'm going to sell another $10 Sofi put for $350. I'm taking the
Okay.
money. Curtis Evans, I'll be honest, trading on my phone and listening to Uncle Bruce while drinking some Starbucks with this Waikiki breeze and fresh air, it's not bad.
bad.
Everyone is asleep because it's so early, but I sacrifice myself
He's a
early
giver.
in the morning. I started my day with gains everywhere. 50 euros for old knives out of my basement to eBay. 80 euros from work, and I'm up $280. This is good stuff. Credit the credit Mother Teresa. This one's for you, Beach Boy. That was a good sip of coffee. The credit Mother of Teresa. How about that? Bagel Babe, Uncle Bruce, can you speak a little on cost basis and why it doesn't matter as much when your shares get called away, buying back shares? This may be more of a prime time question. Well, the thing
Okay,
here
before you
is,
start, I'm going to leave.
are you going to take off? You're all done.
I know.
You've had enough. Okay, my dear.
Hey, baby.
You have yourself a lovely
Everybody
morning.
have a good, long week.
A good
Yeah.
week of
You know,
money
you know what I'm
making.
trying to say.
You know what she's.
A
You know
long last
she's
week, last long
trying to
week,
say.
whatever. Bye.
Bye. All right, off she goes. There you have it. Thank you, Auntie Jen. Well, look, can you speak a little bit about getting your stock called away and all this stuff? Well, look, let's just say you own AI. Okay. I don't know. You bought AI and you buy it right now, 30.65, right now. You turn right around and you write a $31 call option on the stock. Good for this Friday, next Friday, next month. Right at the money, right now, right now. You're taking nothing but time premium. You're writing a $31 call on a $30.65 stock. It's 35 cents out of the money, but let's call it at the money. Shares go to $32 this Friday. Okay. You get taken out. You will be exercised at $31. Now, if you sold the call today for I don't know, buck 20, you're getting 31 plus the $1.20. You have 32.20. It's yours to keep. And you bought in at 30.65. Did you lose money in 4 days, 5 days? No, you did not. Now, if the stock goes to $35, you could be crying in your beer because, gosh darn it to heck, I made $1.60 or something, or $1.50 a share. I could have made $2 a share more. I could have been a contender, Well, so what? You get taken out and you find out over the weekend you were exercised, and Monday morning you're sitting with a bunch of cash in your account. What do you do now? The stock has gone to $33 a share. What do you do now? What you could buy the stock at $33 and immediately write a $33 call for next Friday. Do it all over again. But what happens if the stock doesn't go to 34 or 35 from 33? It goes back to 31, 32. You're not going to get exercised on Friday. You keep the premium, don't you? What was it, $1.20, $1.50? And the next Monday, you've got the stock. You can now write another option. What are you going to do now? The stock's at $32. You write a $32 call. You dare them to take you out. You just dare them. Take me out. Go ahead, take me out. I got my $1.25 for last week. I'm going to get $1.25 for this week, and you can take me out at $32. Go ahead. And it closes at $32.99. You don't get taken out. 1 penny below strike. You keep the 125 or whatever you got on top of the money you already got, on top of the stock, and then you write on Monday your next call. You do this week in and week out and week in and week out and week in and week in, and you get exercise from time to time. You don't get exercise from time to time. You do the math. You do the math at the end of the run, and you tell me if you're losing money. I don't think you're going to lose money, but you've got to tolerate being exercised. You got to tolerate buying back the stock. You got to tolerate another rate. But if you can tolerate that, then you can tolerate making money. Now, I know some of you are greedy people, and you're going to say to me, no, Bruce, I'm not going to write. I'm not going to write a call at the money. If I buy this stuff at $30.65, I'm going to write a $31 or a $32 contract. So if the stock has a $2 run this week, they can take me out at 32. Well, that's a 135 gain on your stock investment, plus the premium that might be $1 or 80 cents. You made $2.50 a share, and you got taken out. But if you don't get taken out, and the stock goes up a little bit, but you don't get taken out, you keep the cash. And now for the next week, you write again. And again, you might write 32s. You might write stock goes up to 31.50. You might write 33s. It goes up to $32. You write 33s or 34s. You will decide. And the credit you get, the amount of money you get from the contract you write is directly attributable to the strike price and how long the contract has to live. And that's where you make your choice on how this works. That's why you take my classes. You get schmata. Splitter, he really changed the name. He really did. Touchgrass, good question. Love it. BW, the credit Mother Teresa. Gandhi would be proud. Beach Boy, credit Teresa from the bottom of my Jewish heart. Ho, ho, ho. Credit Savage, the credit Mother Teresa. This is why the first right is so important. This is why it's so important. If you get a huge chunk of premium right away and your shares get called away, who cares? Your cost base is less than what they gave you. Buy at MP right again. There you go. Beach Boy. Let's not forget Mandela. Okay. Credit Mandela. Oh man. AI down 49 cents as we fluctuate in price. GameStop 1818 up 92. It's not really giving up ground here. SoFi 938 up 3. We've touched a high of 958. We're now at 938. Low of the day 921. 12.5 million traded. GameStop volume 2.64 million at 1819, up 93 cents. The high of the day 21 cents, 22 cents higher. 1841. And we're doing fine here. These are great days. 80 cents a day for a week on GameStop would be a lovely thing. 5 straight days, 80 cents a day. It's $4 gain. $22 a share next week, $26 the next week, $30 the next. I can live with that. I don't think we'd have people having problems with that. 940 on SoFi, go up 50 cents a week for 10 weeks, and we're at $15 a share. Thank you. Giddy up, kids. Dude, here's a donation, Bruce, of $10. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, sir. You are a gem. You have kept me motivated, and that's the most important thing. I've learned so much, all thanks to you. People take the classes. If this seems complex, it won't after you take the classes. There you go. The classes are in plain English too. They're not complicated. The classes are not complicated. They're in plain English. If you take class number 1, you will find that Auntie Jen, being the moderator, she will be rattling off questions to me. And you'll realize that the people that are asking me questions, many of them are still here. They're here. But they don't ask these basic questions anymore. The questions they asked back in the beginning of the classes, class number 1, versus the questions they ask now, completely different. Join us with class number 1, take class number 2, make it a college class, make it a stay-at-home college class. Watch a class a week or 2 classes a week, whatever you can afford the time, afford the money. They're $150 a piece. You're going to get way more than $150 of knowledge per class. Definitely. And invest in yourself and join the party, pal. Brian, the Credit Savage. I don't know what this means. The Credit Savage Mother Teresa, the Credit Mother Teresa. For example, I wrote some Unity $35 Jan 25 covered calls last week. I got 1110 for, and I got taken out. Great. I'll buy back Unity at $38, and write another $35 contract for $12.55. Welcome to the potty. Take me out. Oh, why not? You this is you're stealing money. It's incredible. Explorer AI above 30. Can this be long lasting? Really, Brian, I have a stinker to buy 100 more Sofi at 926. I want it. 937 right now. Bagel Babe. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I am rewatching all of your courses. And this is the thing that my regulars, my long-term viewers, that's what they do. They acquire these classes. You can watch them as many times as you want. If you can't remember where you put the link, let me know. Say, Uncle Bruce, I bought class number 6 from you last year. I can't find it. Let me know. I know if you've paid me or not. I go to the PayPal transactions and it says, oh yeah, so-and-so bought class number 6. So I'll send you the link and you can watch it again. You keep rewatching to remind yourself how this is done. Robert Benson, thousands used as security has become 1150 within 2 months, 15% gain. I'm smiling here. I'm making money. Alberto, first question I had on my first one-on-one. Uncle Bruce, is this legal? That was the first question. If you want it, you understand it. You just think about all the opportunities. If your cash works for you through Wi-Fi, it's unbelievable. Remember, your money that you're putting to work will work as hard as you used to work when you were 18 years old. It'll just go nonstop. Back when you were 18 years old, whatever you were doing for money at that time, mowing lawns, babysitting, working at McDonald's, sweeping someone's driveway, whatever you did, you worked your butt off and you came back for more because you could get 6 hours sleep and then pow, you could work another 12-hour shift. Those are the days where, you'd make 50, 100 bucks a day and you had money to burn. That's how hard you used to work. Your money works like that today, no matter what age you are. That's the secret to this gig. Create an 18-year-old powerhouse and make some serious cash that carries you to infinity. That's the name of the game now. It's simple. It's a simple structure. There's nothing to it. You got to understand how to work your money like you used to be 18 years old. That's the secret here. And there are viewers who have figured it out around here. So you want to join these kids? Oh my. Let's see. Credit Savage says, kids, I am making money while I'm drinking coffee. I'm sitting on a beach here in Waikiki, Hawaii. The kids and wife are sleeping right now in the hotel, creating amazing memories, and my dollars are generating more dollars. Just buy the damn classes. Start with number 1. He's right. Absolutely right. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't pay this guy to say. He pays me to tell you this. He is a member of this channel. He is here every month paying YouTube to talk to us during market training. If that isn't a clean recommendation, I don't know what is. I just do what I can. You got to want it, though. You got to want it. And I get it. There's some of you out there, watch me. You try. You try for a while. It just doesn't work for you. I understand. It's not your fault. It is just the world at large. So it looks like my 42 CYXTQ will stay now at 0 with a 275 loss in total. Receive that money 2 times the paper from a Swiss. Okay. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce wrote MPW July 24 $5 cash secured puts for 104. Do you like this trade? I don't know. Do I like this? Should I like this trade? MPW. MPW. Why don't I know what that is? Medical Properties Trust. Is that what that's called? MPW. It's a 496 unit on the New York Stock Exchange. The high of the year, $14. The low, $404. And Beach Boy wrote. Sorry, where was that message? It was over here. Wrote July 2024 $5 puts for 104. So if Beach Boy gets exercised, he has to pay $396 for this stuff, lower than the low of the year. So that sounds pretty cool. I hope it works. Robert, what I still find puzzling is I keep telling people about me earning money on options. I keep telling them I make money on options, but they don't listen to me. They don't. They go, yeah, well, I make money doing what I do. Oh, okay. Robert, just keep going at it. And when you start pulling in thousands a week, a month, tens of thousands a month, they'll come to you. That you won't have to go to them. They'll ask you, how did you do that again? That's when they go, whoa. The credit Mother Teresa. Sometimes my wife just hands me her phone and tells me she needs $2,000. So I sell some covered calls or cash secured puts on her portfolio, then hand her back the phone with the 4,000 plus or more in her account. I'm being so serious. This is what I do. She now has 4,000 more to spend. Go ahead. There you go. You wanted 2,000. Here's 4. Jared, if you don't believe Uncle Bruce about how much money you can make, listen to Mom Teresa. And then take those lovely Hawaii vacations. I mean, would Mother Teresa lie to you? I mean, come on. Alberto, I second credit's recommendation. There you go. That's what I tell him to do. Splair, it was an interesting experience with the bankruptcy, but the previous comment was more important. Okay, Splair. All right, y'all. Have a great start to the week. Catch up with everybody tomorrow. You too, Splair. Get richer, my friend. Keep getting richer. Nandu, later, bud. You take care, Splair. Rock and roll, kids. Thank you all so much for being here today. We have got... how many thumbs ups have we got going now? Let me take a look here. The last time I looked, it was 106. The thumbs up count now is, I don't know, what is the thumbs up count now? 158. Thank you, everybody, for 158 thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Keep them coming. Thank you. I was just looking at my channel, by the way. I was getting a refresh on my channel. So it ran an ad, Saks. I got a Saks Fifth Avenue ad. That's the demographic they're shooting at with me here. Isn't that interesting? Watch Uncle Bruce and you get a Saks Fifth Avenue ad. Is that what you guys get? Are you finding that the advertising that you're getting at you because of my channel is a higher demographic from time to time, or are you getting dollar store ads, or are you getting Macy's ads, or who's advertising to you? I get Mercedes ads. I get BMW ads. I get the high-end stuff. That's what I'm getting whenever I tune into my own channel as me. I'm curious, what are you guys getting? Isn't that something? Neat, says Richard. Splair, that's gorgeous. Credit, Teresa. You're already the perfect husband. JR, see you later, Splair. I'm out too, and I'm going to the pool with my wifey to get some exercise. This old guy has to keep the joints nimble. Exactly, Beach Boy. I third Alberto's seconding of credits Teresa's thing. There you go. BW, just buy the first 2 for now. Start with those first 2 classes. If you own shares already, you can be writing within weeks. Then you'll want the other classes. You'll want them. Try not working for 10 months. Others take notice and ask, how is it you're not working? I don't get it. You got laid off like almost a year ago and you still haven't got a job, and you're always so happy. Why are you so happy? There you go. Mandu, neat. VJ, hello, Uncle B. Is a call credit spread a good strategy on Costco right now? What do you think about that? Well, it depends how far out you go in time and how far away from the money you are. You want to be way over the price of the stock. Maybe a condor, or maybe just a credit spread. Yeah, maybe. BZ, I get ads for ramen. Is this bad? Ramen and wieners. Am I not doing too well? Credit Mother Teresa. Kids, put it like this. I'm going to put it like this. Last month, I was at the Waldorf Astoria in Southern California, hanging out with the family, just because my wife likes the restaurant there, and the kids like the pool. Just buy the damn classes, will you? There you go. Yeah, he was at the Waldorf Astoria last month, and now this month they're in Waikiki with the family and mom. I believe it's mom. Having just a wonderful time. Splair, wishing you success as well with that there, JR. Robert, I took the last 2 months off. I'm earning money on options. Thank you very much. Mandu, bad storm is in Jersey today, says Mandu. No electricity. Glad my home was charged be able to be here today, laughing out loud. Oh, let's go. Glad my phone was charged. Brian, Robert, you are my hero. Robert, using my time on what I find important. Credit Mother Teresa. My mother-in-law is here in Waikiki with us this year. She was so amazed at how my wife and I make a few pennies, and now she's asked me to manage her finances. This is crazy. Robert, Brian, thank you. Robert Benson, let's all become heroes. BZ, Mandu 5, just a lot of rain in Passaic County. Hope they get it back on for you real soon. Hopefully the power will be back up and running in Jersey. Rock and roll fans, rock and roll everybody. Thank you all so very much again for your continued support of this humble YouTuber. Whether you're doing super chats or PayPal donations, or whether you're taking the classes, becoming a member, you're looking to have a one-on-one with me. Did a couple of one-on-ones this weekend, which was an absolute pleasure. You want a one-on-one with yours truly, you let me know. Send me an email. We'll set you up. When is it convenient for a one-on-one? And we'll go over the year with you and talk about 2024 with you and try to help you get richer. We have 165 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Credit to Mother Teresa. Did I mention that I'm a stay-at-home dad? Did I mention that? Richard, run, credit, run. Mandu, thank you, BZ. Richard, smiling. Robert, let's go 200 thumbs ups for Uncle Bruce, especially you rerunners out there. Hit that thumbs up button for him on the rerun. Help him out. Thank you all for that. Those of you who've become subscribers lately, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Those of you who are members now and upgraded your membership to gold level membership, thank you. Look for a trade tip. There'll be a trade tip coming out here in a few hours. I gotta record one for you. So Gold Bagel members, you're going to get a trade tip today if you're a Gold Bagel member. If you become a Gold Bagel member, I believe you're allowed to access previous trade tips. I think you could do that. Does anyone know that for sure? Can anyone confirm that for me? I know I'm not a member myself. I'm the creator, so I can't become a member to see it. I don't know. Anyway, you let me know. But yeah, thank you for becoming members of this channel. Gold Bagel members in particular. Love you guys. Credit Mother Teresa says, you know what's hilarious, Uncle Bruce? My mother-in-law used to get angry because I would always be watching Uncle Bruce whenever we were visiting her. She'd be like, why are you always watching that old guy? Now she knows. Well, of course, you're watching me now, and she's sleeping, so you're not bothering her. Isn't that funny? VJ, that is correct, Uncle Bruce. That is correct, Uncle Bruce. And there you go. Thank you, VJ, for your help. BWME is trying to come off that mat again. So it's got so far to go. I think the one scooping up has the powder to actually get over that coveted dollar. I think so. You may access the old tips. Oh, thank you, VJ. Thank you for clarifying. I didn't know what you were referring to. If you become a Gold Bagel member of this channel, whether you upgrade to gold level or you just become a member at the Gold Bagel level, you now can go into my channel and you have access to all the Gold Bagel member stuff, like last week's Primetime Live show. You can watch that. Or, yes, last week's trading tips, or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. You can see them all. You can watch them. You have access to the whole library of what was been available only to Gold Bagel members for the last several months. So now you can join the party there too. And of course, you will now be alerted as a Gold Bagel member, as long as you've set up your phone or your computer or your iPad. If you've allowed updates to come from YouTube, you will now start getting Gold Bagel level member alerts. Gold Bagel level member alerts. I'm getting it now. So there you go. Okay, thank you, VJ, for letting me know. This is cool. Yeah, BW, I believe that the entity that is buying up ME, and I think it's an entity, whoever, wherever they are, have the powder to run it. It's just a question of when does the ME stock run out. Has someone got a plan? Has someone got a program in place to attempt to keep shorting it down here to try to prevent it from going anywhere? Is that what's going on? I can't answer that question. I don't honestly know. ME, I'm just going to pump up the market now. I'm just going to get the quote up on my big ass iPad here. Don't mind me. There we go. We're just under 91 cents a share. We've traded 1.5 million today. The official short interest on ME with a 275 million shares floating out there, 26 million shares short. So just under 10% of the free float has been shorted. Now, I got to ask this question. If you are short ME, okay, a year ago, you could have been selling the stock for as much as $2.87 a share. Now, if you've been short that long, you're now down to 90 cents, right? But before that, you could have been shorting this stuff at $13 a share. You could have been shorting it at as much as $16 a share. Now, this is, of course, 2021 and 2022. But, if you've been shorting a long time, you've shorted it all the way down here to the 90-cent neighborhood. The low of the year is 61 cents. I think it was there for like an hour, a minute. Anyway, at 90 cents a share, if you were to buy it back now, I got to think that anyone who short this stock has got to be making money. And they're not buying it back. There's 20 something, like I said, 26 million shares shorted out there, and they're not being bought back at 90 cents a share. Now, GameStop reached a low of 270 a share, I think it was, during its 2020 year, 220, and there were 75 million shares short. And they didn't cover at 220 or 280. They didn't buy it back. They didn't buy it back at 3. They didn't buy it back at 4. It was 480 when I made a video about how short GameStop was in June of 2020. I did a video on this channel before I was going live all the time. By January, the stock was 8, 10, 12, 14. Early January, we got to 20, 25. They weren't buying it back. There was one shorter that famously bought back around 40 and got his butt handed to him. I just lost hundreds of millions. But the big boys, they watched it go to the hundreds and they wouldn't buy it back. I mean, they would stop at nothing to not buy it back. They would never buy it back. Then when Citadel finally bailed out Melvin Capital, $3 billion in losses. Yeah, unbelievable. So 23andMe is at 90 cents a share. Okay. You realize that if you multiply the 90 cents a share value right now of ME by all the shares outstanding, 275 million, the market cap of this entire company is $455 million. And these guys are signing deals now with pharmaceutical companies for 20 million, 50 million to give them access to their library of DNA content. Okay. This is going to continue and it's going to accelerate and it's going to get more expensive. The other thing that's going on is that ME, by sharing DNA, is also earning overriding royalties on all these new drugs that are in development because of the sharing of this DNA. These guys are going to eventually, in the long run, are going to get hundreds of millions of dollars a year from their DNA licensing. And they're going to make billions of dollars a year in overriding royalties on successful drug patents. This company is a utility company. This is not a gamble of, they're going to make it or not. No, they're going to make it. The question is how many billions and how soon? This thing is valued at right now $455 million. I think there's a buyer that is just buying up the stock very casually, letting it come up a bit, and then it drops off. They let it back off, and then they buy it up again, and they let it back off, and then they buy. They're just accumulating the stock. And why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they accumulate it during December? Why are they buying in December? Tax loss selling season. When does tax loss selling season stop on ME? No matter how high it goes, people are down on this stock. I mean, really, there's people in here at $2 and $4 and $6 and $8 and $10. They're down money. So if they're selling it, they're taking a loss. But when do the losses stop coming for sale? December 29, 28. Because the 30th and 31st is the weekend, see? So the 1st of January is a Monday. The selling stops the previous Wednesday in a couple of weeks. This is Monday, what did I say today? The 18th. Next week's the 25th. We're closed. The next week is January 1st. We're closed. So in a week and a half. So in the next 9 trading days, that's the end of selling on ME. So I'm telling you, your friend, your buddy, Uncle Bruce, that if you like to gamble a little bit, you may want to buy ME right now at 91, 92 cents a share. Because what you're doing is you're buying up the stock from the losers who are taking a write-off, who won't be able to take a write-off in January anymore. Because if they do sell it in January, they can't take the loss until December 2024. I mean, that's a year out. So they're not going to be sellers here. The sellers will evaporate in early January. They'll be gone. We'll be down to 1/10 of the selling that we have right now. What does that mean? The stock will easily break $1. And that means the company won't be threatened with a delisting anymore on the New York Stock Exchange. And it can go to $1.50, $2. Easily it could do that. If the company starts making announcements in the new year, which I think they're waiting for, they're going to come up with more announcements about DNA sharing and overriding royalties and another pharmaceutical and another pharmaceutical and another. They're going to start announcing one after the other that are going to join in with these guys, but licensing the DNA knowledge they've got. The world's largest bank of DNA knowledge. The stock is going to take a pop. And this buyer who's been buying it up has deep, deep pockets. They don't give a crap that it's 91 cents a share. They're actually happy it's 91 cents a share. They're buying it up. As it comes in, they're taking it. That's what I think is going on ME. That's my hunch on this thing. And as of this morning, we've traded 1.7 million shares. That's all, just 1.7 million. And if you've got some mad money lying around, you can buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares, 3,000 shares. Just pick it up. Just put it over there. Just put it over there. If I'm wrong and you only get 125 for it in February or March, oh, I'm sorry. You made only, 30% on your money in 3 months? Oh, cry me a river. I think you can make money on this. They're not going to be delisted. No, they will not be delisted. So anyway, that's my take on. But you have to allow it. Okay, you may access old tips. Brian, old homeless Canadians apparently know some things here. Credit Savage. So funny that although I feel I have a better grasp on lots of the strategies we still use, I still find myself watching old videos and always catch a thing or two I missed. Brian, GameStop wants to go back up. Maybe I'll be rolling this week. Bring it on. Untamed Viking is here. How you doing, Untamed Viking? Where are we at now? GameStop, 1827 here on GameStop. We've got the Dow up 15, and we got Sofi at 939 up 4. Okay. AI still down 81. I got laid off back in April, and thanks to Uncle Bruce, I don't have to get a haircut and a real job anymore. Thank you very much. BW, Untamed Viking, feels really nice, doesn't it? Once Sofi and others begin their runs, it will never be a fleeting thought again to have a job. I will never have a job. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, when I'm at my son's appointment, he'll put on the TV and says, "Do you watch Uncle Bruce?" I will say, "Well, why not? Do you want to watch?" I'll say, "Why not? I'll watch the ball-headed guy." Okay. The credit Mother Teresa, is that a rooster? Laugh out loud. Lorraine, correction apartment. When I'm at my son's apartment, he'll put on the TV and says, "Do you want to watch Uncle Bruce?" Double D. How long before ME has to close above $1? When is this? I don't know. I don't remember. I think the public companies can get these extensions. They get the warning, and that's after 6 months that it's under $1. They get a warning for 6 months, and then they appeal it for a longer time frame. It can go quite a ways. BW. One last question, Uncle B. How is it that the power comes into play for the markets to fill a gap up or gap down? And the time it takes for it to fill or partially fill? Thanks if you happen to know. So how is it that the power comes into play for the market to fill? I don't understand this question, actually. I'm not getting it. Can you be more specific? I'm missing something here. It must be the end of the day for me. I'm getting tired. GameStop 1826 up $1. Up $1 on your GameStop. Are you noticing how it's not giving up ground lately? 3.6 million. Just lately, this stock has acted very interestingly since it was $15. We thought, it could go back 11, go back to 12, got to 16. It'll go back to 12, 13, went to 17. Go back to 13, 14. Now we're at 18. It's up $1. It's not, doesn't seem to want to give it up. Isn't that something? It fluctuates, but it's not crapping out. That's kind of entertaining, isn't it? We're up 13 on the Dow, 13 on S&P, NASDAQ up 25. Oil is slipping. We're up 186. We were up 250, 275. Now we're up 180 on oil. Okay. Let's see what happens today. This should be a fun time. Okay, BW, you got something going on here? How do gap up, gap downs get filled and the timing they take to happen? Seems the health of the markets is reliant on gap fills. We have tickers waiting for fills to occur. How long can they take? Gap up and gap downs get filled. You mean like with stocks taking a jump and then down the road, you think that maybe that's what you're talking about? Well, that is there's no hard and fast rule on this. There really isn't. Sometimes the 200-day moving average comes into play. Sometimes the $50 moving average, but even then, Bobby nibbled another 200 shares. ME, I'm down to 413 average. Bobby, ME got the warning end of October or beginning of November. BW, yes, jumps up and down. It jumps up and down. Beach Boy, Credit Mother, are you on WhatsApp? Robert, I've been nibbling on Spire, by the way. There you go, 715 on Spire. Okay, GameStop 1821. Yeah, markets have a way of doing these gaps higher and lower, but then there's that backfill area that sort of comes in. Sometimes it takes months. It just takes a longer time. ME at 91 cents a share, by the way. ME, 1.73 million today traded, just so you know. Yeah, there can be, we get a run up on a market, on a stock or an index, and it takes sometimes a few weeks and months to kind of fill in and calm down. There are extraordinary circumstances that sometimes move markets unrealistically lower or higher. A terrorist attack, something massive in the financial markets bad, or something really good that the market really loves to see, which is the Fed admit that we might have 3 rate cuts next year. You get these out of the way, out of the blue moves, but they generally can't last forever. You just cannot see buying because it's people. People are buying and selling stock, not robots. Robots are people too. They're just people in disguise. It's their money. Sooner or later, robot buy programs top out and robots begin to profit take. And sometimes people begin to profit take and they don't care what the market looks like. They take money off the table. This is the thing, right? BW, didn't you all have technical analysis in your brokerages you'd really rely on for tracking those? Can't time them, but the analysts on the staff can track them from brokers. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, but they weren't always right. Credit Mother Teresa, by the way, or BW, I don't even pay attention to all that fluctuation anymore. Gaps fill or they don't. We shouldn't care though, because the stock is telling us what to do. Sometimes they feel, sometimes they don't. I don't care. I don't care. And there is the secret to this channel's success for so many of the viewers of this channel. They don't guess. They let the market tell them. They let the stock they're involved with or the index they're involved with tell them what to do next. Rollovers on calls on condors, roll ups or roll downs on covered calls, roll positions or credit positions, cash secured puts positions, you name it. The realigning of deep in the money calls. Yeah, the market tells you that you don't have to guess. You just react to the market and just let it. All the risk takers take the risk, and you just follow along and keep taking money off the market. That's all you have to do. Just learn to take the money off the table as the gamblers keep laying the odds. It's just like a roulette wheel. That money gets piled on the roulette table and the marble starts to spin. The chips pile up on the table. And out of the 37 numbers, 35 numbers or 33 numbers plus the zero, double zero, there's only one winning number. And the rest are losers. And the house is looking at all that money on the table going, we're taking almost all the chips off the table. And then there's a few winning chips and we'll pay them off. And every spin, we seem to make money on every spin that's done. It's how it works. It's a long-term game. Casinos always win in the end. And that's what you guys are. Casinos, that's what you get to get used to. Sure, you pay attention to the market and the direction it's going. And then sometimes there's gaps, but just keep writing. BW, copy just more of an understanding. We follow the stocks. I'm learning that, and you cannot time what will not happen. It was more of a question for a little deeper understanding. One right equals one win. Right on, buddy. Bobby, robot traders more than meets the eye. All right. Credit Mother Teresa, exactly. I just let the poor saps take their pounding, and I laugh all the way to the bank. I just put out the bait, and they always bite. It's incredible. It's true. It's absolutely true. Robert, today I actually borrowed Technical Analysis by Martin Pring on the library. Very interesting stuff. We're up 30 points on the Dow. S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 20, oil up 203. We've got AI 30.35, down 87 cents. Spiders are up 190. Qs are up 72. GameStop up 93 cents. SoFi is up 4. The Apple shares down 288 today. Supposed to hit new all-time high, I thought. Not happening. Enphase down 116 at 122.76. Netflix is higher at 12.90, but it was higher than that. It's at 484 now. Got up to 492. That was the high of the year. The last 52 weeks, 492. We've backed off a little bit. Adobe, 589.74. Still up $5, but it was higher than that. Nvidia's up 790, 496. It was higher today. It got up to 500 today. It's backed off a bit. Okay. Tesla's up 248. It's backing off. We've got Unity down 70 cents. Google is up 275. Moderna down 223. Cisco down 11. Pfizer's up 39. IBM up 38. HPQ down 35. Microsoft up just 2 pennies today. ME 89.4 cents. A bargain down here, I think. Amazon is up 249. Home Depot down 218. Vanik is down 84 cents. Goldman down 159. Boeing is down 250. Meta Platforms up 840. Target down 52 cents. JP Morgan up 129. Costco up $13. Walmart up 180. Disney down 36. American Airlines down 36. AMC is up a penny. DraftKings up 31 cents. And Royal Caribbean 121.64 down 88 cents at the moment. There you have it. We've got daily fluctuations going on. BW. So think of this. Those who bought my AI calls on Friday were riding the euphoria train. Today they're going, why the face? I thought stocks only go up. No. Yep, down 76 cents. And another day lost in time. A trading day plus the weekend. Yeah. Next week, 4-day week. Week after that, 4-day trading week. AI option holders are in trouble. The next 2 weeks are going to get shellacked with time losses. Time will be lost. And gains will be had by option writers. Absolutely right. Kids, thank you so much for being with me today. The thumbs up meter, I saw it at 165 a while ago. It looks like we're now pushing 174 on the thumbs ups meter. Thank you all for helping out. We're 26 away from 200 thumbs ups today. Keep them coming in on the rerun, guys. Let's break that 200 barrier. Thank you. Thanks for all of you with your kind words, keeping us posted. Those of you who are picking up lesson 17, way to go, you guys. Picking up lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the others, way to go. You're on the right track. Cannot recommend highly enough making that move. Thank you all for popping through here and catching up with Jen and I. We love you. Have a great rest of your day today. Make nothing but moolah. And I'll see you here tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, as we get fired up for another day of fun. I'll be getting you a trade tip here later today. So stay tuned for that and any other short videos. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your session here. And we will see you all first thing in the morning. Those of you who love to watch my other channel, Traveling with Bruce, I'll be on tonight, 7 and 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock for sponsor members over there, 8 o'clock for the big show. Thank you all. Thank you, Richard, John Anderson, Robert, BW, Touchgrass. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it all. Have a wonderful day, everyone else. Thanks for joining me. And we'll catch you first thing tomorrow. All right, everybody. Take care and bye for now.